Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the top 10 new activities that Rockstar need to add here in Grand Theft Auto Online. So over the weekend, I was doing some browsing, and I came across two articles. One from Sansa XII, who said, I never thought I'd say this, but I kind of want more leisure activities from Rockstar in Grand Theft Auto Online. And then another post by a user, Captain Cabbage 100, who had an idea for an update called the Leisure Weekend, which featured some cool, more relaxing style things for us to do in Grand Theft Auto Online. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I've kind of compiled my own list of 10 things that I would like to see added into Los Santos for our characters to do that allow us to take a break from the life of stealing cars or, selling methamphetamines, stuff like that. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, but let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. All right, so at the number one spot, the opening of the Vinewood Casino. So this has been the talk of the town for a long time. Will the casino ever open? And I don't want to get into like the legal issues of why it can or it can't, or why it hasn't so far based off of real life things. I've made plenty of videos on the casino, but just know that this would be awesome. It would be a place to go that we could hang out with friends. It would include a bunch of mini games inside of it: poker, blackjack, roulette, maybe even a thing like the lottery or slot machines would be included as well. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, how could Rockstar do that? Well, they've done it in the past with Red Dead Redemption. There was gambling. In GTA San Andreas, there was also gambling minigames as well. So this isn't something that's totally new for Rockstar. They've done it in previous games. So it does beg the question, why hasn't it happened here in Grand Theft Auto 5, or at least in Grand Theft Auto Online? Because we know it would be a huge moneymaker for Rockstar. So my best guess is that there's got to be some legal issue behind this, or they've just never had plans to open the casino, regardless of what the sign says and regardless of all the work that it looks like they put into designing this as well. Another cool thing that would be included in this could also be horse racing or horse betting as well, since it is located on the horse track. That would also be something that could kind of be really cool for us to have in Grand Theft Auto Online. But anyways, let's move on. And at the number 2 spot, more interiors for us to enjoy. So I'm talking about bars and nightclubs. Some examples would be like Tequila La, the Split Sides Comedy Club. You've obviously got Bahama Mamas, which we know has like a full-fledged interior that for whatever reason Rockstar just doesn't want us to use. So that would be so awesome. And whether it's just a place to hang out with friends or take some Snapmatic photos or have a crew meetup, these places could be super cool for just going inside and adding more depth to the world of online that at times can look very 2D just based off of the fact that many of the buildings you encounter, you can't actually go inside. So that would be pretty cool right there, opening up some brand new interiors like nightclubs and bars for GTA Online. At the number 3 spot, I'd love to see some new sports. So we've really got golf and tennis, and then in single player, the triathlons, but that's about it. I'd like to see some more things for online, whether that's football or soccer as we call it in America, whether that's basketball or baseball, which there are all places in game in which you can do stuff like this. There's baseball fields, basketball fields, soccer fields, etc. Other things you could do could be like pink slip racing, which would be pretty awesome. I'd also like to see maybe another golf course opened up in the desert. How cool would that be to see a Sandy Shores edition of like a golfing arena? That could be pretty awesome too. This would just give us some new things to do in game, and the arenas and the facilities are already there. So you'd think it'd be pretty easy for something like that for Rockstar to implement into the game. At the number 4 spot, normal jobs. So what I mean by normal jobs is the ability to carry on kind of like a normal activity. So whether you wanted to be a cab driver or whether you wanted to be a garbage collection man, or maybe even something like a firefighter, just holding a normal job that would earn you pretty much regular pay and more for the role play community. Now, we know how Rockstar feels about this. They definitely want you to be more of a criminal and less of a normal person. So I don't think this would ever be implemented into Grand Theft Auto Online, but I could certainly see it being very leisurely and a pretty relaxing thing to do, and would certainly give the role play community an awesome opportunity to do some of their most favorite and wanted and desired things here in GTA Online. So that right there could be pretty cool if we were able to get normal style jobs. All right, the next next two things at the 5th and 6th spot are probably the easiest things that Rockstar could implement into the game. The first of which is pool. So like shooting pool like billiards. So this not only was featured in San Andreas, but was also featured in GTA 4. I have so many fond memories of playing pool. Like in San Andreas, I would always go like double or nothing. I would try to like see how much money I could win by playing the pool games. And then in GTA 4, I would always select like the bar as the place I would go on my dates, and we would just play pool, and it would be really, really fun, and it was great to do. And what's also awesome is that Rockstar could add pool into some place that would make it more exclusive. So for example, you can only shoot pool in your CEO office or on your yacht. That would make them more worth it and would give them exclusive activities that would make them a little bit more worthwhile to own here in Grand Theft Auto Online. So that would be pool. The next one is bowling. So I can kind of see why Rockstar didn't add this into Grand Theft Auto 5. Maybe they wanted to avoid the, hey cousin, let's go bowling meme that kind of took over GTA 4. Maybe they just wanted a different scenario, but bowling actually was fun in GTA 4. If you got over the fact that Roman asked you to do it every single day, it was actually kind of fun, and I would have loved to see Rockstar implement something like that in GTA 5. I'm pretty sure there's like a bowling alley in the game. It's just another one of those buildings that's completely unused and is for the most part just for show in the game, which is something I'll never quite fully understand. All right, at the number 7 spot, this is where things might get a little bit complicated, but I'm going to say relationships. So in Grand Theft Auto 4, Nico was free to date or have relationships with pretty much anyone he wanted. Now, I get this scenario was a little bit different. Nico was a single guy. Pretty much everyone in the game has someone that they care for in Grand Theft Auto 5. Michael obviously has his family. Trevor has that old lady, Martin Matrazzo's wife. The only one that would kind of work is Franklin, but he still kind of likes that Tanisha girl. So I know it really doesn't make sense from a single player aspect, but it would be cool for Grand Theft Auto Online. Imagine like kind of like a matchmaking service if people were to try and sign up for something like that. Again, this is where things can kind of get a little weird, but I still think something like that would be awesome to kind of match players up. And I've even heard of stories in real life where players that met in Grand Theft Auto Online got together in real life and either became really good friends or possibly even something more than that. So who knows? Maybe Grand Theft Auto Online could become a matchmaking simulator in addition to the many awesome other things that we can do here in Grand Theft Auto Online. But I still think that would be really, really cool to try and experiment with. Up next at the number 8 spot, the Ballad of Gay Tony style dancing. So I guess this would kind of go hand in hand with nightclubs, but obviously, one of the best parts about the Ballad of Gay Tony was being able to not only run the nightclubs, but use them as well. And I guess this could kind of also go hand in hand with the dating or relationship things, because if you're going to be dancing with someone, you probably want to be doing other things with them as well. So I think that could be pretty awesome. And that mechanic is obviously already from the Ballad of Gay Tony, so that would be pretty easy for Rockstar to just implement into Grand Theft Auto 5. It's not like they would have to build or do really anything all that different. In fact, a lot of the activities that I've chosen on this list have been featured in previous GTA games, which would make them for the most part much easier to add than a brand new activity never featured in the Grand Theft Auto series and that Rockstar would have to build from scratch. But still, the Ballad of Gay Tony, one of my favorite DLCs, and that feature, the dancing and the nightclub life, probably one of the best parts of that update in general. All right, at the number 9 spot, hunting/camping. So I wanted to put these two together because I figured they'd kind of go hand in hand, being out in Blaine County or Sandy Shores or Palito Bay. Hunting was kind of a cool side thing you could do with Trevor in single player, and I'm surprised that it didn't make its way into online. Now, I know that animals don't exist in online free mode, but could they exist in a locked mode like a hunting activity? That could actually be pretty cool. And if you were to camp as well, would there be some sort of mode that featured, an activity or something like that? I'm really not too sure, but I think that there needs to, number one, be a focus on those two elements, but also this would lead to the focus on something like Blaine County, Sandy Shores, or Palito Bay, which in my opinion has been ignored really since the start of online. All the updates really tend to focus around the city, and not a whole lot is focused up on those upward parts, Blaine County, Palito Bay, Mount Chiliad, Mount Gordo, Mount Josiah. Not a whole lot goes up there, and I think a new activity like that would be perfect for those areas. And finally, last but not least today, and a perfect segue from what I just talked about, because we're talking about areas that really don't get a whole lot of love, and that would be new ocean activities. So I'm talking about like scuba diving or even CEO style activities that maybe require you to get something underwater. that could actually be pretty awesome because right now, no one uses the submarines because there's absolutely nothing to do underwater. There's no missions that require us to do anything underwater. Rockstar could even get pretty extreme and get, underwater styled houses or mansions or lairs or something like that that could be pretty far-fetched, but also still pretty cool for us to enjoy. Because like I said, right now, nothing happens in the ocean, and because it takes up the majority of the map, it's just kind of like a big nothing out there that we can't really do anything with. I mean, there's some cool secrets and Easter eggs, but as far as activities go, there's really nothing to do out in the water. So the addition of that would be welcome, and I know it would be really cool for tons of people, because right now, if you're not going on your yacht or you're not just going from point A to point B, there's really no reason to be out in the ocean whatsoever. But anyways, that's all the information that I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today, sort of the top 10 leisurely, relaxing activities that I think need to be added here in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments section down below. What activities would you like to see Rockstar add that give us a break from the everyday CEO biker style life that we've been so used to here in online? If you did go and enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.